Good morning, class. My name is Poonam Dwivedi and I am your social science teacher. So today we are going to start a new chapter of geography, that is chapter 9, and the name of the chapter is Life in Desert. So let's see what all are the topics we are going to study in this chapter. For today's lecture we are going to study meaning of desert and types of desert. So let us first understand the meaning of desert. Places where there is no water to drink, where there is no grass for their cattle to feed on, and where there is no water to help the crops to grow. So, if in simple terms, what is desert? If you imagine a desert where there is no water to feed their people, how they'll feed their cattle if they do not if they do not have any crops around it, or they do not have any grass to feed their cattle? And what about the water? If the water is not there, then how they are going to um, provide water for their cattle or for the animals? Okay, so that is known as desert. So desert may be classified into, or it has two types. That is hot desert, and we have to and hot desert is about Sahara, and cold desert is about Ladakh. So in this both the topics we are going to study these three topics, that is climate in hot desert and flora and fauna of hot desert, and how people live in hot desert area or in Sahara desert. The second one is cold desert, that is Ladakh. Climate, flora and fauna, and people, how they interact with their surroundings in cold desert or in Ladakh. So the first point is the hot desert Sahara. It is the world's largest desert. It has an area of around 8.454 million square kilometers. So the first point says it is the world's largest desert. So in India we have the Thar Desert, which is located in Rajasthan, whereas Sahara Desert is located in Africa, and Africa is one of the continents. So the second point says the Sahara Desert touches 11 countries. These are Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Sudan, Tunisia, and Western Sahara. So these are nearby Sahara Desert, and it touches the Sahara Desert. So the next point is desert. So in desert, we see not only the sand. The first thing, if you imagine a desert, the first thing comes to your mind is sand. But there are other features or other things also in the desert, that are mushroom rocks, plateaus, hills. These are also situated in desert areas. So now we'll move on to the climate. What is the climate of, or what is the climate in Sahara Desert? So first one is the climate of the Sahara Desert is scorching hot and parched dry. So the climate of Sahara Desert is scorching hot. Scorching hot means, what do you mean by scorching hot? Scorching hot means as the sun rays, as the Sahara Desert is full of sand. That is why the sun rays directly goes, or it penetrates to the soil. As the soil is not that much hard, that is why all the sun rays that comes directly from the sun goes directly to the sand. And what does it do? It makes the sand very hot. And what do you mean by parched dry? Parched dry means, if because of the very harsh UV rays of sun, the whatever the moisture that the sand is having, that also goes off, or that also vanishes away, and the climate becomes parched dry. So next point is the sky is cloudless and clear, and days are unbelievably hot. So the sky is cloudless. Why it is cloudless? The sky is cloudless because there is no formation of water cycle in that atmosphere. As there is no water cycle formation, so no evaporation will be and no clouds will be found, and there is no rain in the atmosphere. Okay, that is why cloudless sky. The sky is cloudless and clear, and the days are unbelievably hot, as there is no water around, and the sun rays of the sun rays penetrates the soil, and it makes the soil very warmer. So last point is the temperature during the day may soar as high as 50 degrees Celsius. This point says that the duration or the temperature of the day is up to 50 degrees Celsius, whereas the night may be freezing cold with temperatures nearing 0 degrees, whereas the night temperature becomes or reaches up to 0 degrees Celsius, and it becomes very cold at night, whereas it is very hot in the day and it is very cold in the night. So now we'll see our next topic. Now we'll move on to the next topic, that is flora and fauna. What do you mean by flora? Flora means the vegetation or the plants which are grown in the Sahara Desert. And what do you mean by fauna? Fauna is the wildlife or the animals which live in Sahara Desert. So let us see what is included in vegetation and what is included in wildlife. So vegetation, it includes cactus, date palms, and acacia. So in vegetation, we see plants like cactus, date palms, and acacia. Okay. So next point is, in some places there are oases, green islands with date palms surrounding. So in some places we see oasis. And what do you mean by oasis? Oasis is a place surrounded by people or plants. Okay, it is a place where plants are there and people live in that, or people live around that oasis. Okay, or that place. So how does this oasis is formed? Oasis is formed with the slopey. If the area is of some kind of slopey, then whatever the water is stored, it stores as the area is in the slopey side. So what does the water do? Water gets stored in the form of a circle, or in the water gets stored in that region. And if water is stored, then what the people will do? People will start living around the oasis. So the same thing, and what does they do? They plant trees like date plants are being planted near this oasis surrounding. Now we'll see the wildlife. So animals which are found in this region are camels, hyenas, jackals, foxes, scorpions. Many varieties of snakes and lizards are the prominent species living there. So these are the wildlife live in the Sahara Desert. That is camel, hyena, jackals, and scorpions, snakes, foxes. All these are the animals which live in the harsh climate or harsh climatic conditions of Sahara Desert. So next point is people. The Sahara Desert. Okay, so how the people live in Sahara Desert. How do people live there? And now we'll see how the people are getting interacted with the surroundings of Sahara Desert. So first point says, despite its harsh climate, it is inhabited by various groups of people. Despite the harsh climatic conditions of Sahara Desert, many people stay there and live their life. So the two tribes are Bedouins and Tuaregs. So these are the two tribes which live there. Next point is, these groups are nomadic tribes. So what is nomads or nomadic tribes? Nomads are the people who move from one place to another in search of a settlement or in search of food. Nomadic tribes rearing livestock such as goats, sheep, camels, and horses, and whatever they have with them, they keep them also, such as goat, sheep, camel. They keep them with us. They keep them with them, and what does they do? They move from one place to another in search of a better settlement. Okay, in search of a better settlement, shelter, food, That's why they are known as nomadic tribes. So in Sahara Desert, we have seen that there are two nomadic tribes, and what does they do? Uh, they move from one place to another with the goats, sheep, camels, and with their horses. These animals provide them with milk, skin from which they make leather and blankets. And why do people or nomads carry with them the animals? Because the animals provide them the milk, the wool, or if they are taking up the sheep provides them milk, and if they are taking up with a goat, then goat provides them the milk. Okay, so the next point is settlement near oases in the Sahara and Nile Valley in Egypt. So people near oases or people in Sahara Desert and Nile Valley forms, or they settle near the oasis. Okay, so people grow date plants, palms. What does they do? People grow date palms around the, as I have told earlier also. What does the people do? People grow the date plants near or around the oasis. Crops such as rice, wheat, barley, and beans are also grown. So, as people are being settled around the oasis, what does they do? They start growing the crops such as wheat, rice, barley, beans. Okay, these are the crops that are grown by these nomads or the people who live near the oasis or in Sahara Desert. The discovery of crude oil, that is coal and petroleum. So as they are living there, so they are going. So what does they do? They discover lot of things. So they have discovered the crude oil, that is coal and petroleum, a product in great demand throughout the world. In Algeria, Libya, and Egypt is constantly transforming the Sahara Desert, as there is a lots and lots of more demand from the world of coal and petroleum. So people who are living in near Egypt are are transforming the Sahara Desert in a better way or in a suitable way, or the way in which they can live there, and so that they can increase the standard of living. So what does they do? And they're constructing the buildings and many more things for their survival, and what they need is being taken care of by the people of Sahara. The last point says minerals such as iron, phosphorus, manganese, and uranium are also found in Sahara. So the minerals such as phosphorus, manganese, uranium, these are also magnesium. These are also found in Sahara Desert. Okay. So till now we have studied about what is hot hot desert, that is Sahara, what is its climate, what is the flora and fauna. Flora means vegetation and fauna means wildlife. And the last is people, how the people of Sahara Desert live there, and what are the people or what are the tribes, nomads who live there. We have studied the types and what is the speciality or what they have discovered in Sahara Desert, that is crude oil. They have been discovering and how they are transforming the Sahara Desert for their betterment, for their better settlement, for their better livelihood. They are transforming Sahara Desert. So for this video lecture, we end up our topic here. Thank you for watching.